Here. I love Amanda. The moment that I opened up Facebook about 3 months ago and found out that there was going to be a party, the first thing I did was check my calendar to make sure I was available. And then I thought, here is a fine arts team that works so hard to make sure that theater and fine arts is accessible to our school district. And they spend, they're juggling things every single day. I can't even imagine what it's like for them to wake up in the morning and say, this is what I'm supposed to do on this day, and then it's an unpredictable schedule for them as fine arts administrators, and they're doing this for me. I was overcome with gratitude, and then I remembered this. Connie Sanchez told me that we don't remember everything in our lives, but we remember moments. And at that moment, I decided to keep collecting moments. I've been collecting them tonight, and I've been collecting them for 3.5 months, just trying to be present, because I'm so satisfied. I'm so happy with the friendships I've made and the work that I've done with so many people at Haltom. Like Rojas was saying about wanting to carry things on. I feel like I spent all these years just wanting to honor Connie and the things that she put into place. And I decided tonight I just needed to collect those moments. And I began to reflect on my first few years. Jason Ripple that just came up here, you guys, he got us through COVID. He did so many special things for our students during COVID. That is so remarkable to me. I think back to that first year. Connie, I was in that little room. It's Mr. Sanders' room now. It's a tiny little room. Convinced Connie at some point to let me turn the carpet into a black floor that Mr. Shelton was just here, and he did that floor for me. And here's some fun things about that room. We learned that the first rule of Fight Club, you guys can finish that. We don't talk about Fight Club, no Baton Rouge, we don't talk to you. And I remember that when you put two young people together to dance, swing dance, ballroom dancing, and they have to be in close proximity and look one another in the eyes, that they become young women and young men. And I learned a lot from those lessons. And then Jeremy. Jeremy was a young man who was in his 3rd year with me. He had Down syndrome, and he was the biggest Disney fan I'd ever met till Gavin Miller. And it was the day before he was going to graduate from high school. And he walked into that little old room with a boombox, jam box, what do we call it now? He walked into the room, he set it down in the middle of the room cleared, everyone just fell silent, and he said, "It must be done." And then he pressed play on Open Arms, Journey's Open Arms, and he said, "Shall we dance?" And we danced together. And to learn at such a young age, so early in my career, the perspective that Jeremy gave me, it informed lesson planning, it informed being present, and he taught me how important relationships were, which certainly led to people who are more important than the project, because you could just stop down a class and dance. Then, here's my notes. I need my notes now. So Act 3 comes a little bit earlier than anticipated. I think about 4 years ago, I would have said I have about 10, 12, 14 years left, because I have no reason to leave Haltom High School. It's hard to leave the kids I'm with right now. I am so proud of Trey and Sarah. That part, I'm just so excited to see what they're going to do. It's hard to leave the kids. I have no reason to leave. I just have some new things. So I wrote this down 3.5 years ago. I will do 3 things before I graduate. Graduate. I just said graduate. I'm graduating. I'm excited. Here it is. Number 1, build up the scholarship fund. We doubled it. Number 2, direct an alumni show. But thanks to Rick Blair and Artisan Center Theater, I have multiple times been able to bring together so many of my alumni to work with me at Artisan, and I count that as the blessing. Tuck Everlasting, Godspell. And then 3, teach Garrett Hilbert, and I think he's in the room right now. He was in Gypsy with me when he was little, and I thought, there's so many kids I've yet to meet, but I've already met him, and I promised him years ago that I was going to teach him, and I have to keep my promise, at least for a semester. And so I took Theater 1 Select so that I could teach Garrett and so many other beautiful freshmen that I have in my class right now. And they're gonna do amazing things with their teachers, but that was my goal, right there. So after today, I plan on hibernating for just a little bit. You don't believe that, do you?
You'll try.
Just to collect and reflect and all that, but I have been blessed over this 3.5-year decision to get to make some incredible lifelong friends at Artisan and basically get a master's in arts administration so that I can move over to Stand and be the artistic director and build a new community theater. The first community theater in Keller. I mean, who knew where life would take me, and take me all the way back to such a foundational friendship as well. It has been the most rewarding career. And to be able to be in a career, in a school district, at a school, where I could retire at 52 years old, like, to feel satisfied in the work and to be financially able to do that is pretty remarkable. But I need a scene change. And Act 3 is right around the corner. And one thing I know for certain is that these relationships last forever. It doesn't have to be in a building. It doesn't have to be on the Haltom stage. But I know I'll think about it a lot.